All right, well, good morning, everybody. Just like I said yesterday when I was out for my walk, I found some shapes, and we're going to see if you know what kind of shapes they are. Hopefully, you remember from about 3 weeks ago when we were in school and we were doing some measuring, what that device is that we're using to measure. We were measuring angles, and we were using a protractor. And like I said, there's angles in everything, and I wanted to prove that to you guys. So when I was out on my walk, I found angles, and you're going to measure them and take a little Google form quiz to see how well you remember angles. And maybe you're going to create some angles for me too that I could put out tomorrow or Friday into a Google form and see what kind of angles that you found. So in your Google Classroom, you're going to see this Google form, and it has these angles on it. And there's some questions, but let's go over the angles first. Here we are. I want to show you all these angles. These are the angles that I found yesterday out in my walk. Here's the first one. This is the corner of my house. And you can see I have my protractor on here. And remember, when the arrow or the rays are pointing to the right, we use the inside numbers. On this protractor, the blue numbers. And then we're going to have to count how many past 20 it actually is, but I'm not going to tell you the answer because you're going to do that for me. This is my neighbor's house, and you can see that, again, the ray is pointing to the right, so I'm using my inside numbers and figure out the measurement of this angle right here. This is my basketball hoop, and you can see that my ray, though, this time is pointing to the left, so I wonder which numbers I have to use here, and I wonder, does it matter which ones I use to measure this angle right here? And here's your last angle that I found. This is the street light at the corner of my street. And notice that my ray is pointing to the left here. So I'm going to follow the lines that I drew, and we're going to figure out what this measurement is right here. And we're going to put it on that Google form. Now here it is. This is what you're looking at. Here's the first image. You're going to tell me what is the measurement of that angle. You're going to tell me what kind of angle it is. Is it obtuse, acute, a right or a straight angle? Same thing for image 2. Here are your choices. Here are some more choices for what type. Image 3, but I am not going to give you a multiple choice. You got to type in the correct answer. You're not going to be able to put in that little degree symbol that we talked about. So you're going to have to go in and write the word degrees, Degrees. Tell me what kind of angle that you found. Here's the street lamp. What kind of angle we have here. Tell me the measurement and tell me the kind. When you're done, you're going to hit submit. It'll tell you how well you did. If you got them right, if you got them wrong, it'll tell you the correct answers. Let's see how well you do. I think you all should be able to get a quick little easy 100 on that. And then the next thing you're going to see in your Google Classroom, there's 2 Google drawings. So I want you to create 2 angles and find me the measurements of them. So there's a couple ways you can do it. You can go out in your neighborhood, take a picture of something and put it in here just like you did for your workspaces last week. All of you that showed me the picture of what your workspace looks like, I really appreciate that. Those were great. If you don't remember, I'm going to quickly show you how to put a picture in here. So here you are in your Google Draw. Come up to Insert. Go to, we're going to start with Shapes. And when you look at shapes, they already give you triangles. Fancy, right? And let's put in that triangle. Now notice how my protractor went behind my triangle. I'm going to have to move it forward. And now I can see what the measurement is of this angle. Now I'm going to put my protractor down here in the right corner. I'm going to get it as close as I possibly can. And then I can see that because my ray goes over here to the left, I'm going to be using the outside numbers, and I come across in 71 or 70, 71, 72, 73. It's just about 74 degrees is the measurement of this angle right here. Wonder how many of you remember what all of the angles add up to if I were to add this angle plus this angle plus this angle. What number or what degree all of those add up to? We talked about it a bunch. Hope you remember. And then you could also go out and find an image, but if you can't, you could just insert from the internet. Insert image. Let's search the web. I typed in the word house. I used this house. Please don't copy the same house that I did. Try to find something different. I like this one because it had a bunch of steep angles on there. Now, if you remember over here in mine, I drew in these red lines to make it a little bit easier. We can do that too. Let's go to lines. You see it right here. I'm going to draw myself a line, actually right here, and draw myself a line. Let's go right here. And I'm going to change the color red, and I'm going to make it thick. And then I'm going to draw a nice straight line at the bottom so I can measure that angle. So maybe if you having a little trouble doing it, we could bring in our protractor to do it. Remember, we have to bring it forward, order to the front. And I can use that protractor to draw myself a straight line on the bottom. There we go. And change my color to red. 8 points. Make sure I'm back on my pointer. And bring my access point, if we remember what that is. And I have it right here. And now my ray comes this way to the right, so I'm using my inside numbers. And I'm looking up and I got 80, and it crosses right at that big line at 85. And I know that the measurement of this angle right here is 85. There's going to be 2 Google Draws in your Google Classroom for you to do. And when you're done with those, just turn in the project and we'll go from there. Pay attention to the rest of the week, other stuff that I post. Really appreciate everyone getting all the work done that we're putting up there. Once again, if you know somebody that you haven't seen on Google Classroom, make sure you send them a text or an email. Let them know. Also, let's try to keep the chatter on the Google Classroom down to, hey, how's it going? Or questions that you have. If you want to talk to somebody about something that's going on or just chat with them, let's not use Google Classroom for that. Let's use your school email, or use the phone, give them a call. Other than that, keep up the great work. Really appreciate everybody doing all the work and all the great questions I'm getting. And we'll talk to you soon.